Hello, I'm Michael, and this is an application called the Quote Creator. This is something I put together to help contractors develop and produce quotes very quickly. So it has a few sections that are important to look at. The first one is user info, and this is just where the contractor would input their information, which will show up on the quote. So everything from name, company address, city, state, zip, phone, and email, all the way down to the logo at the very bottom. The next two sections that are important are services and expenses. So both of these are just permanent data stores of any services or expenses that the contractor might offer. So as an example, if I click on expenses and click on view, there's three sections I have here: material, labor, and rental. And if we look at material, we have several different types of material here, from epoxy, sealer, and caulk. So if we go back and look at labor, we also have an assistant laborer set up here. And there is nothing on rental, so let's go ahead and see what it's like to add an expense. So if we hit add, click rental, maybe something like a U-Haul van, hit enter. What is it paid by? By the day, and we'll choose $20 per day. We'll hit enter. And that's all you have to do for adding a rental. And we'll do one for material as well. I don't know if do we have granite slab yet? We do not. What type of measurement? We'll do area, we'll do square feet, and we'll do $75 per 1 square foot of granite slab. Hit enter, and that is added. Okay, so obviously that's not enough to make a quote yet. So next we'll click on, actually we need to do service too. Let's do granite countertop. Hit enter. And let's do an existing category. We'll do installation. We'll hit next. We'll hit measurement. That's how we'll charge for this one. We'll do area. We'll do square feet, and we'll charge $100 per square foot. Okay, and finally, to actually make the quote, we're going to go into clients, and we could click a current client here. Let's make a new one though. We're going to make this one Ann Smith. Hit enter. Now if we don't enter in any information for her, it's not going to show up on the quote. So just to look at what that would look like right here, prepared for Ann Smith, that's all we would get right here. But if we want to add more, we can go back to her information here and put a phone number, something like that, and then an email, and her address and all sorts of stuff if we wanted to. And only the relevant information is going to show up on the quote, so her phone and email will not show up on there, but something like this. And now if we go back and view the quote, we can see that we have her address and city and state there in zip. So let's get to making the quote now. So we have expenses. Let's treat this as if it was a granite countertop installation. So we're on expenses in this left column, and whenever we click on something in the left column, it's going to show up in the middle column and ask us how much of that we want to add. And we see granite slab costs $75 per 1 square feet. And if we start adjusting this, then we'll get a different value down here. So let's do 10 square feet. We'll hit add, and that's all you have to do to add it to the quote. Let's actually name this quote the granite countertop installation. And now let's view it. And we can see that that has showed up on the quote here. Let's go ahead and add a few more things here. So that's under expenses. Let's actually add the service itself. We'll click on expenses. That switches over to services now. And we'll click on this, and we're going to do 10 square feet here as well. We'll hit add. And now that service has been added. And let's also add a few more expenses too. So we'll add the epoxy. We'll add the sealer, the caulk, and let's add an assistant laborer here for, let's do 8 hours. Okay, and we'll view the quote, and there we go. We have quickly made quote that we can send out to a client here. That's it.